First thing we're going to do is once we're in Illustrator, is we're going to do Command N, or we can go up here and do New, and we're going to do a new document. And we're going to call this icon set. You can call it anything you'd like. Now, typically when you start a new project in Illustrator, you're only going to have one artboard selected. The default is one, but for today's lesson, I'm going to actually set multiple artboards, and I'll tell you why. I'm going to create 4 icons in real time, but I'm going to include in the set 12. So this allows you to understand where I'm coming from when making these icons, but you're also going to have 12 icons to play with at the end and see how I made them and what they mean to you. So we're going to set up 4 artboards. The reason for this is because when you go to export these icons later, you want to export them as individual files. Now, that's done most easily when every icon itself has its own artboard. You can do it later. You can move this to, you can start with one artboard and you can go and make more later, but it's best to start off this way. The other alternative is if you're making icons in one artboard, what you can do is set it up as a glyph. What a glyph is allows you to have one single icon pack in a file and have a computer web browser, for instance, direct itself to certain parts of that document. So say you have 3 icons in one file, you have a plus, a minus, and an equal sign. If you tell the computer to go to the last position, it will show the equal sign. But today we're going to be making individual icons. Spacing is we're going to leave it at 20 pixels. The one preset you're going to want to change is instead of grid by row, you want to select the third, arrange by row. This is going to keep them all in a line as opposed to knocking them down. The width and height are going to be 100 pixels, and units need to be pixels for this lesson. Keep in mind that we're drawing this in a scalable vector format, so we're going to be able to make it as large or as small as we want it to be. But 100 pixels is a great base to start with so that conversions, calculations are that much easier. I keep everything else at these settings below. RGB, because we're working with digital screens, we're not working with print. Raster effects is 300 ppi. Preview mode, you can keep on default. So once we're ready, we go ahead and click OK.